Hey, 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 we're in. Welcome back. Welcome back. Good to see you all. Hello, hello, hello. 8 likes already. Let's go. Let's keep smashing that like button. Thank you so much. See if we can get to 10 before kickoff. Is that a thing? Can we do that? Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Looking forward to this one. Hey, new credits as well. I finally got them in. England, Ireland. I can't tell you where my allegiances lie. I'm going to be completely unbiased, and I'm going to call this one absolutely down the middle. I'm going to try to. I'm going to do my level best to be as level-headed as I can be, because it's never nice when we get beat, and it's always painful. So painful. What do we think of the new credits as well? Let me know in the chat. Did you like the new credits if you were there for them? Let me know what you think. Anyway, here come the Irish out onto the pitch. We'll go through the two teams. There's plenty on the line today, isn't there? So we've got the Triple Crown to keep alive for Ireland. The Bedslow Cup to retain for England, and a chance to stay in the competition in terms of winning the whole thing. So we will see how we get on. Right, Eddie Jones is going to have a little stroll out now then, as England players just having a little lean on the walls and stuff and just waiting for their moment to come out. And Ireland are out on the pitch, and Peter O'Mahony is strutting up and down. He's already got his anthem jacket off. He wants a bit of niggle. He's up for this. He is up for this. What else are we looking at today? Subs. We are on the road to 880. We are just 2 away. Just 2 away from 880. So if you haven't yet subbed, and here come England, get that sub in as well. Let's see if we can get the very good, very nice man to pop up as the pyrotechnics fly around Twickenham, as they do in most stadiums these days. Bit of a light show as well in the advertising hoardings and the pyros. And Marcus Smith marching around, geeing up his men. Right, let's go through these teams then just before the anthems. We will start with Ireland because they'll sing first. But a reminder as always, rugby against racism. Racism is not acceptable in rugby, in sport, or the world we live in. Dilly to that. And following this, I believe we're going to have a moment's applause for the bravery and shithousery that's going on in Ukraine. In fact, Twickenham are flying the Ukrainian flag front and centre between the St George of England and the Irish flag, and applause goes round. The Irish Union's flag, my apologies. Couldn't think of the name there for a second. And some banners being held up in the crowd saying no war. Lovely scenes. I don't want to be that guy, but it does get a bit much, doesn't it? All these formalities. But never mind. Take the positives that we're making statements and we're staying relevant and doing our bit. Right, here we go, the national anthems then. So while the national anthems are being sung, I'll go through the teams. We'll start with Ireland. In the front row for Ireland today then, you've got Cian Healy, Dan Sheehan in at hooker, and Tag Furlong in at tight head. Into the second rows, you've got Tag Byrne and James Ryan. And on to the back row, you've got Peter O'Mahony, Josh van der Fleer, and Caelan Doris. Huge pack for Ireland. Star-studded names throughout. And you would imagine that would put the shitters up most teams. Hopefully not England today. But, you know, we'll see. Just having a quick look at the poll as well. 100% of you think Ireland. Shit. But that's only 2 votes, so do get your votes in on the poll as well. On to the backs then. The Hornswoggle love child that is Jameson Gibson Park starts at 9. Jonathan Sexpest just signed a new contract to the end of the World Cup 2023. He is in at 10. We'll see how long he lasts today. He's not had a bad tournament in terms of his longevity, has he? James Lowe in on the blind side wing. Bundyaki and Gary Ringrose are in at 12 and 13. 14 is Conway. And at fullback is Hugo Keenan. All right then. So England with the British national anthem of God Save the Queen. Not sure I agree with it, but it is what it is. And, it's beautiful. Male voice. In the front row then, Ellis Gens, Jamie George and Kyle Sinclair. Onto the second row, you've got Maro Itoje and Charlie Ewells. On to the back row, you've got Courtney Laws, Tom Curry and Sam Simmons. So both teams come in today with star-studded squads. Scenes you love to see. This has got Humdinger written all over it. We'll try and keep you up to date with the action throughout the game. On to the backs then. Harry Randall starts at 9 alongside Marcus Smith as Mario Itoje screams out the anthem. Him and Ellis Gens both jumping up and down as they finish that. Into then the blindside winger, you've got Jack Knoll, Henry Slade and Joe Marchant in the centres, 12 and 13 respectively. Max Malins on the open side wing with the big man himself, Freddie Stewart, in at fullback. So this is a young English team in terms of their backline. But there is so much experience in those forwards and so many star-studded names in there that you would feel that would both teams have brought smoke. They're coming with smoke. Right. Let's go. So we're just waiting for kick-off now. We've got ball tracking on. We've had the good credits. Got 9 likes on the stream. We've got 3 votes. We are living the dream. 33% if you're calling for England, 67% if you're calling for Ireland. Talk to me throughout the game as well. If there's anything you want or if there's anything you want to say, then do drop it in the chat. I try to read out everything unless it's violently inappropriate. I'll allow a level of fraudulence by all means, but let's keep it friendly. No racism or stuff like that. You just get banned. Nobody wants that. Hit sub as well. We're 2 subs away from our new goal of 880. Right. The telebox of ITV are showing us those beautiful drone shots of Twickenham. And we are almost ready to get underway. Looks like a full house at Twickenham. Man in the middle again is Matthew Reynaud. Mike Adamson on touch. Oh, I didn't see who the other guy was. We'll ignore the touch judges. There are 2 of them, and they're there. That's all we need to know. Right then. So, good looking lineups. And Johnny Sexton has won the toss and he is going to kick first. And Ireland will get us off and running. Kicks deep down Sam Simmons' throat, who immediately charges forward towards the 22 and is just inside. And Randall says, fuck this shit, I don't want to play anywhere near my own touchline. And he'll box kick that away. And finds himself just over halfway, and Ireland will open up the space out wide. James Lowe out there, and Marcus Smith assisting with the tackle to make sure he comes down with Curry. Ireland injecting pace early doors, and Randall's all over Sexton. And tries to get the rip, but it's not on. And Maro tentatively puts his hands there and quickly removes them as they knock on from Ireland. Sees a turnover. Immediately England looking to return fire. Ireland, though, as they did in their first game against Wales, is their line speed is incredibly quick to start this game. And James Ryan has stayed down. And I think this could be an early end of the day for James Ryan, which will be a shame. Medical team just having a good look at him. He's slow to his feet. He's got a bit of blood around his mouth. And I think he's going to come off for a HIA. Yeah, medic just points to his head there. So we are going to go off for a HIA. Let's have a little look at this. It's just a face on face. Oh, Charlie Ewels could be in trouble here. Initial contact on the shoulder first, so he should get away with this. Referee is asking if we want to have a review and a look at this. And we are going to go upstairs. Oh, could this be early woes for England? I mean, fuck's sake. So Ian Henderson is on. That angle doesn't look great, but this angle shows us shoulder on shoulder first and then head on head. You're joking. He's going for a red card. He's going to give him a red card. Charlie Ewels is going to go. He says the facts are clear. I think he probably should have another look at that, because I think that's shoulder to shoulder first and then head on head. It is going to be a red card. England have got it all to do. 82 seconds on the clock, and Charlie Ewels is done for the afternoon. Well, question marks there. I disagree with that. But I can understand it. So I think there's probably a little bit of mitigation around the shoulder to shoulder first. I think that's probably a yellow, to be fair. But never mind, it is what it is. England have got it all to do against a very strong Irish team. And they are going to have to work phenomenally hard to stay alive here. Ireland then with the penalty, and they're going to look to put this through the posts. Right. So this is going to be a long afternoon. Fucking hell. Oh, chat, feel free to mud me all you want. Call me arrogant English all you want. We're in the mud. We are in the mud. Penalty's going to go through. It's going to be 3-0 to Ireland. England down to 14. Ireland with their tails up. The game has been effectively ruined. Right. So, here we go. I mean, it was never in doubt. Charlie Ewels as well. Charlie Ewels, big loss, big loss. Right. So, England are going to have to make some decisions here because well, they've got Courtney Laws that can jump into the second row position to shore things up. So there's a saving grace there. So they're not going to have to make any changes to make this work. But question marks for Eddie Jones that he definitely didn't want. Right then, so Sexton puts this one up in the air then, and the chase is good. It's very high, and Freddie Stewart doesn't get up, and Marchant's there to clear. Advantage come in then. Jack Knowles. And it is a penalty for not rolling away, and Randall goes quickly. We know that he can do this. And he's brought down on the 22. But it's turned over. Knocked on. Gibson Park tries to give it some width. And this is a 100-mile-an-hour game early doors, which will work in Ireland's favour at the moment, you would think. As Gibson Park spins that fairly wide. And there's space out wide as Ringrose and Van der Fleer are out there on the wing. Fleshen, well, that was a dodgy red. You ain't wrong. I think that was shoulder first, personally. But there we go. And James Lowe racing down into the corner. No one can stop him. Max Malins gave it everything to chase him down. And James Lowe is in. Jameson, ridiculous red card, eh? I wouldn't say it was ridiculous. But I would say that it probably wasn't justified. But this is Reynal. Reynal is the referee that has to make it all about him, isn't he? Right, Josh as well. Welcome in, Josh. How you doing? How's work, mate? So Ireland have scored again. It's 8-0. England have got a lot of work to do. At least it's not Mike Adamson in the middle. Let's thank our stars there. Yellow at best. Game over. Yeah, there are some referees that are so keen to give a red card. It's like they're on some sort of on some like sort of click-through rate with newspaper websites. If they get their name mentioned in the article, then they get some money. I don't know. Josh, bloody tiring, mate. Not long till I'm off now for my birthday, mate. 3.5 weeks off in a week's time. Let's go. How's you with the little one? I'm probably not as tired as you, but I'm pretty tired. I'm pretty tired. Right, and the kick is going to be no good. It's going to push that one wide. And, well, 8-0 after 7 minutes for Ireland. They will be loving that. And there we go. Is your missus letting you out for my birthday? It's unlikely, mate. I'm still working on it, but I don't think I might be down for a couple of hours in the day, but that's probably about it. Ewan said he's booked his hotel. Oh my god. Another stream. Well done, Casper. I know. Back to backs. We're living the dream, Tom. Welcome in. Welcome in. So Ireland get this up in the air from the kick-off, and Freddie Stewart takes that comfortably and gets that off to Marchant. And Maul is called as Marchant stripped, and Maro Itoje holding on to that. Right. Maul is called and then tackle release. How can you have both things? I wouldn't believe Ewan's booked his hotel. He hasn't even acquired a PS4 yet. No, it's true. Slade dinks one through, and that will trickle out into touch, and England will have the scrum for something or other. So Ian Henderson then continuing to remain on the field as James Ryan gets his head assessed. Back to work in 5 minutes. Going to try and run this in the background at work, so I have your beautiful voice telling me how bad we're losing. Oh, mate. England in the mud, mate. England are in the mud. But thank you for sticking around. Thanks for popping in. Don't forget to like. See if we can get to 15 likes for half time. That'd be pretty alright. 6 votes at the minute. 67% of you think England. 33% of you think Ireland. I'm thinking 67% of us are a bit optimistic. But we'll see how we go on. And as well as that, we are 2 subs away from 880. So let's see if we can get there. Can we get to 880 this afternoon? That would be levels. By the way, your hashtag says Wales and Ireland. Oh, does it? Bugger. See if I can get that changed quickly. Oh yeah, it does. I haven't changed them over from the other stream last night. There we go. Updated. Cheers, mate. Good shout. Right, and the squeeze is on, and Jack Knowles is on there, and England accused of pulling the scrum down even though they were moving forward. So, interesting. Right. So, penalty against England then, and Ireland will kick this for touch. And you would suggest that England have got under the skin of referee Matthew Reynolds, as they so often do. I mean, looking from the aerial view there, it looked like Tag Furlong lost his footing. And then Genge has got nowhere to go but over the top of him. So, line out for Ireland, and they pop that off the deck instead of going into the maul. Sexton and England's defence being stretched as they run a loop play, and now up into the 22. Sheehan. And, well, backwards says the referee, but Sexton manages to grab hold of it. It's taken in tackle. Ringrose. Sheehan, and he's gone through the hole, and they're 6 metres out now. And here comes Gibson Park. 4 metres out. And again it goes backwards, says the referee. Bondiaki. Oh, Slade came in, almost intercepted and got absolutely collared in the mush. But play on, says the referee. It's all good. Doris. Paul Randall can't do anything about it. And it's in the corner. Oh. Right. It is what it is. I'm feeling like we've lost the referee here, but I'm gonna stop saying it now because it's so. What are we checking? We're checking for a knock on, and then, well, Paul Randall's got no chance there against the massive might of Caelan Doris. So we're checking for a knock on. So that's lost forward. That's lost forward. And then, so it should be. Right, so we've got a decision to go England's way. It's going to be a knock-on, tries disallowed. And it will be a scrum down for England on their own 5. Happy days. Took a little bit of time to understand what was going on there. Do apologise if I was a little bit quiet. Just trying to listen into the referee and see what's happening. Right. Interesting point just being brought up by the commentary team there. All of the rucks for Ireland have been under 3 seconds, which means England have got a lot of chasing around to do. So England are going to have to do some get some disruptive work going on at the breakdown. See if they can't slow this ball down a little bit. Tie up in a jackler or something like that, just to slow play down. Just buy themselves a second to realign as the ball comes in for this scrum. Jack Noel playing blindside flanker and wheeling, and it's a penalty for England. That is a huge penalty for England on their own 5 with a back in as their flanker, and they wheel round and Marcus Smith will boot this downfield just between the 22 and 10 for a line out for England. Well, if you're just joining us, then you will need to know that 82 seconds into the game, Charlie Ewells was red carded. England are down to 14. Ireland are up by 8. And it would seem at the moment this game is only going one way. However, things are being evened up a little bit as Ireland refuse to open the gap. And England now have the free kick. They're going to boot this downfield then. Marcus Smith will ask Hugo Keenan to run that back to him. But again, just icing these rucks and allowing for quick ball for Ireland as they try and move things up. And that's Tom Curry struggling with his ankle as he hobbles back into the line. Ireland, though, have got space out wide, and Malin's in a foot race with Lowe up to the English 10. And Marchant, great work from Marchant. Great work from Marchant, in on the ball, 3 men on him, and they can't move him. It will be a penalty for England. So England just showing a little bit of heart here. Marchant in over the ball. 2, 3 on him. $13 likes. Let's go. Thank you so much, everybody. And we are just 1 away from our sub goal of 880. So if you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, please feel free to do so. Tom Curry just getting a bit of treatment here. 9 votes on the poll. 44% of you think England, 56% of you think Ireland. Thank you for the votes. We will see what goes on here as Tom Curry hobbles off the field. So England forced into an early change as well. Big blow for England. But here comes Alex Dombrandt. You don't mind to see him marching on. So, who have we got in reserve? So, Dombrandt's going to go to 8 and Simmons will go to 7, we think. Who else is on the bench for England in the forwards? Launchbury. That's all they've got left in the forwards. Well, loose forwards anyway. Right, and kick. Slade will boot this downfield. And it's not a great nudge, if we're honest. It's about 5 metres inside the 10 of Ireland, so England will have a platform to build from. But they've got to win the line out first, and they don't. But luckily for England, it's all sloppy on the floor. It's not gathered cleanly, and England will have to put in at the scrum. 15 minutes of play, and I feel like it's been 85 minutes of play. We've had a bit of everything. We've had penalties, we've had tries, we've had breakdown masterclasses, wicked hands and speed, line speed. We've had cards, we've had head injuries, we've had it all. All in 15 minutes. This game's got everything. Well, Dombrandt has gone to 6. So, yeah. Delalio just making an interesting point there. Simmons may go to flank defensively, and Dombrandt go to flank on attack, just for Simmons' speed on our own ball. And again, it wheels round, and again, it's another penalty for England. Now, it's important to note that it's important to point out here that this is wheeling in the direction of Jack Knowles' side of the flank. Jack Knowles is dominating with Ellis Genge on tag furlong. I'll say that again. Knowles and Genge are dominating furlong. The world's best tight head. Scenes you love to see. I'm pretty sure I remember Eddie Jones saying something about Jack Knowles having a future as a flanker, didn't he? Right. Anyway, Marcus Smith is queuing up the kick. Jared Wright on Twitter, Jack Knowles, this scrum thing is easy. So, big kick for England. Just get themselves some points on the ball. Get themselves resettled. This is going to sail through. Marcus Smith, 9 caps, 111 points. It's not a bad return, is it? Going to need a few more out of him today. As it drills this through the middle. He is used to weather conditions in this part of the world as he plies his trade just across the road at the Stoop. 14 likes on the stream. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in if you're just joining us. Hope you're doing all right. Do pop a vote in the poll and pop a like on the stream. Helps us out immensely. We're hoping to get to 15 by half time. I'm pretty sure we're going to do it, but here's to hoping. As Jonathan Sexton gets us back off underway and kicks this into the 22. Again down Simmons' throat. And again, Simmons makes a couple of metres. Randall looking for better field position as he uses the forwards. And now we'll set the Caterpillar and drill this towards touch. And finds it on halfway. That's a beautiful kick from him. Right then. England then just being asked to open the gap slightly. And up they go, and it's not a great lift for Marrow. And England rush up indeed, but again, Ireland on the loop, looking to stretch the width again. And James Lowe is going to have a lot of work today. Paul Malin, welcome in, Paul. Welcome in. I think Ireland are going to win this by 15 points. I think you're probably right, probably more. This ref is almost making me feel sorry for England. Fleshing as a Welshman, I really appreciate that sentiment. But a knock-on for Ireland. He's evened it up a little bit in the last 10 minutes. It was 10 minutes of silly Irish penalties given away, and then it's been 10 minutes of silly England penalties given away. So he's evened himself up. But he's never been a great ref. I mean, he's not Mike Adamson bad, but he's in that sort of ilk of referee, isn't he? Raynal. So Jamie George just getting a bit of attention. And they're just having a quick conversation with him, and he seems to be fairly lucid. He's not the best, no. But there you go. It is what it is, and you just have to get on with it. You get given the ref you give him. It's frustrating. It's frustrating for Test rugby. Mike Adamson last week looked way out of his depth. Raynal, every international he refs, looks out of his depth. It's just frustrating when you get them. Right. So England will have the scrum just inside their own 10. Could do with a little bit of time down in Ireland's territory, if we're honest. And we are about 20 seconds behind, and it's another free kick for England. So Ireland having lots of trouble at the scrum, as Marcus Smith fires this downfield into the 22, but it is down Keenan's throats, and Hugo Keenan will find touch just inside Ireland's half. Jameson, welcome in. Not going to front, I'm a casual England fan, but do we think Ewells was the right pick? I thought he was kind of average. Not sure what Eddie saw. I'm guessing the theory around Ewells is he's a bit of a line-out specialist, and a bit of a workhorse would be my my thinking there. But I probably would have gone with Launchbury over Ewells, if I'm honest, or go with Simmons and Donbrandt and put Laws in the second row. But anyway, this ball rolling forward slowly for England, and Harry Randall does have hands on it, so it will come away. Slade pops up at first receiver. Smith finds some space for Noel, who boshes the first tackler back and then is brought to ground. And good work from England to retain possession there as they look to stretch play the other way. Marchant finds Simmons, who wins the contact, and here we go, back to Marchant, into Smith. This is more like the England we want to see, as Twickenham erupts. Advantage coming for England inside the 22 now. Harry Randall with a dink through, knowing that it's coming, putting all sorts of pressure on Ireland, and England have the penalty. And it's that Sheehan takes a knee as well. So more woes there. Jameson, I agree with you. Yeah, I think if you've got specialists, why play them out of position? I don't really see Laws as a 6. I see him as a massive hit, but I don't see him as a 6. I see him as a second row, and you know, I think you could possibly then give Simmons and Donbrandt a run together. Is he worried about the lack of experience there? Don't know. I think the ref is being very biased, says Joshua. I don't disagree. Are you English though, Josh? Are you English? Because being English, I worry that I think the ref is being biased, especially doing something like this. But it's nice to hear Fleshan, who's Welsh, say that the referee's a wanker. I mean, biased. Nah, I'm Irish. Oh. Wait, which way do you think he's being biased? Which way do you think he's being biased, Josh? As England dink this into the corner. Is this the longest Sexton stayed on the pitch for a while as well? For a couple of years. As the maul is set from the line out and the crowd around Twickenham squeeze. England not moving anywhere though, and once called from the referee. He's given a lot of advantage to England. I mean, he's given a dodgy red. And Ireland strip the ball, and Ireland wallop it downfield through Lowe, and Smith is there, and Knowles then puts boot to ball. Nobody. Oh, there is somebody home. Sorry, it's Keenan home there. And oh, that's a great offload, and Sexton on the charge, and they just about. Well, it's in touch. About 7 metres out. Wow, dear, oh dear, oh dear. As a couple of players just ask for some more clarity from the referee. Wow, how's he got there? There we go. So, end-to-end stuff there as Ireland charge down the field. Yeah, Josh, I don't think you can get away with saying that he's being biased when you've had that dodgy red card, shoulder first. And hang on, Fleshin, talk to me, Fleshin. Is this the same ref for England-Wales last year? It is, isn't it? Was it Reynolds last year, or was it Poirot? No, thank you, Juna. Not today. True, you got a fair point. Right, so we're having about 20 conversations with the referee. Peter O'Mahony just wants to raise a couple of issues. And a lot of players are talking to the referee, and it's not for me, to be honest. Both sides having probably too much to say to the referee there, and I'm not about that life. I don't care whether he's crap. Just let him do his job. He's not going to help you. As England up at the front and win that one. Jameson, what is up with the French referees there? They always seem to make the show about them. I know, mate. I know. It's the same as the little Welsh lads. The URC only seem to put him on TMO duties now, as Randall clicks that to touch. I can't think of his name now, but he tries to be the young version of Nigel Owens. He's got too much to say, and it ends up all being about him, and he's bloody useless. I can't think of his name now, though. So England just outside of the 22 by the looks of it, and Ireland with the line out, and Itoje, I don't know how he's got there, but it's a beautiful place for him to be from an English perspective, and England win the turnover. 15 likes on the stream. Let's go. Let's see if we can get to 20. We got 15 minutes left of the half. Can we get to 20 likes by half time? That would be insane. That would be insane. How's he got? Oh, I tell you how he's got there. He's slipped straight through the middle of Josh van der Fleer and Sheehan. Great work from Itoje there. 15 votes on the poll. 60% of you are calling for an Ireland win. 40% of you are calling for England, and it's all within a score, so it's all up for grabs still. But England down to 14 men. It's going to be a case of how long can they hold on with this full strength Ireland team. And again it wheels, and again it's another penalty. Jack Noel is pissing all over Tag Furlong. unbelievable scenes from Jack Noel and Ellis Genge. Ireland's scrum is being embarrassed as Sinclair stays down for a second. Jack Noel absolutely driving them little fisherman legs. Oi, what are we saying about Jack Noel for flanker? He's struggled to hold his shirt on that wing. What are we saying for Jack Noel as a flanker? Well, I mean, the commentary team are giving the credit to Courtney Laws there, but I want to give it to... and another England penalty for jumping across the line. So Ireland penalty count is racing up. And questions asked is, are we close to a yellow card there? Are we close to a yellow card there? Don't know. Jameson Knowles is probably better than Johnny May. Well, I mean, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. That's not difficult, though, is it? Knowles to be a better flanker than Johnny May. Old chicken legs. Right, so 12 minutes left of the half, and England have pointed to the posts from this penalty. I spent an awful lot of time in the Irish half, and Marcus Smith will have another chance to put 3 more on the board. Massive work for England to do. Just seeing if we have. Okay, right. So at half time, we'll have the stats while I have me quick break. But we have got the Irish try, so we'll have a look at that as well. We haven't got the red card, which is a bit of a shame. I might have a little look for that in a second. Jabo, thanks for the live commentary. I'm enjoying it a lot. I'm rooting for the Irish all the way in South Africa. Let's go. Welcome in, Java. As Ringrose boots this downfield. So I just lose my commentary moment for a second there. And Freddie. Players in front of the kicker. So it's another English penalty just inside the Irish half. And that is for being in front of the kicker. So sloppy work. Ireland just taking Ireland started this first 5 minutes at 100 miles an hour. 150 miles an hour, in fact. Hey! One sod. Oh, let's go. Thank you so much for the sub, man. Thank you.
Subscribed to the channel.
Well, what was I saying? Yeah, they played at 100 miles an hour, and since the red card, they just seem to have taken their foot off the gas a little bit, got a little bit sloppy about the way they work, and all of a sudden, England have the opportunity. What we're doing? I don't think we've made a decision on what we're doing yet. Slade is queuing this up. Slade is teeing this up. England for the lead. The fuck am I saying, man? Oh! Right. Ignore ball tracking. England are 2 from 2 from the tee. I don't know why it says 1 from 5. Because we are not. So, this is Henry Slade. I'm going to say this is about 55 metres out. This is a big boy boot. This is a big boy boot. Oh! Hang on. TMO's just interjected. Alright, Josh, I'm starting to see your point now. He's realised the error of his ways, in the first 10 minutes, and he's been absolutely fraudulent to England, and then he's probably spent the next 15 minutes being completely fraudulent to Ireland. This guy's a terrible referee today. Josh, we'll hug it out later, okay? We'll hug it out later, mate. We'll have a beer and hug it out. Right, so he's given England an extra 5 metres because the TMO's actually corrected the mark. So that means that Marcus Smith is now going to take this kick. And it is... Wait, am I missing something? Did he miss the kick earlier? And did I just assume it went through? I thought... Well, it's 6-8. I could have sworn he got the kick earlier. Right. It's back within 2. I thought that was for the lead. And then I looked at the scoreboard and was like, oh, shit. Oh, Eddie Jones has had to come down out the stands, and he's having a little chat with Launchbury. So interesting to surmise what's being said there. And Sexton puts this up, this time just short of the 22, and Laws is up in the air, and Sinclair is complaining that he was the lifter being taken out off the ball, but Reynolds satisfied with that, and Randall just about able to keep that ball in, and boots that up for Lowe. And nailed by Jamie George. Up comes, looked like Henderson there. And released by Sinclair. Sexton. Conway. And Itoje's there to block that. And it will be an Irish line out. Just inside their own half. Good work from Itoje there. 16 likes on the stream. Can we get to 20 before half time? Just 6 minutes left of the half. If you haven't yet liked the stream, please feel free to do so. It helps us out massively. We have hit our goal of 880 subscribers. So we're now looking at 890. Oh, we're on 881. Let's go. 9 away. So if you haven't yet subbed, please feel free to do that as well. We are working our way up to that 900 marker. We can't wait to get there. Van der Fleer then in midfield, who gives it off to Sexton, who finds Ringrose, who almost gets absolutely clobbered by Itoje. And high tackle is advantage coming for Ireland. Sheehan. James Lowe. Are England physically winning with a man down? Physically, yes, I would say so. They are finding, though, that they're having to defend a little bit too narrow. And by doing that, they're offering Ireland the space. But having said that, they've dominated the last one. And again, that's another soft penalty. Mitigation. He's trying to duck under the tackle and spin out of it. And it's another soft pen from Reynolds. Too many soft pens. Both ways. Not just England. He's given some dodgy pens against Ireland as well. 17 likes, 17 viewers. Unbelievable scenes, Jeff. 18 votes, 44% of you think England, 56% of you think Ireland. So a good proportion of you thinking that England have got some big boy stones. Free kick for Ireland, not closing the gap. So Henderson carries up on a tap and go. Gibson Park gives Cian Healy, and he's been split in two. And Ireland trying to get forward. And it's an offside advantage. And Ireland tap and go quickly. Keenan is in and over the line. And England just caught napping. It's a try for Ireland. It's a second try for Ireland. 13-6. Wow. Bit like us last night, silly pens. I don't think any of them have been silly pens, though. They're just non-pens. They're just bad refereeing decisions. I mean, you've allowed Ireland to play on with a man down. So, that's fortunate. I didn't really feel like it was an offside, but look, it is what it is. It is what it is. It is what it is. It's a try. Look, we've done better than last year. That's all that matters. We've done better than last year. So it's an Irish try. Easy 7 points for them. And Johnny Sexton will put the extra 2 on this, you would feel, from here. 2 minutes left on the half. As the sellotape and Gorilla Glue holds that Zimmer frame of his together. I said that on Twitter the other day and I nearly got lynched. Right. So, 6:15. England can take loads of heart out of this, though. Down to 14 men, 82 seconds into the half. And they have muscled their way back in. And Ireland really only just got away with some odd refereeing decisions. As Jack Knowles takes the kick-off, and England have an opportunity to come again. Randall to Laws. There's space out wide. Slade. Stewart gets greedy. And Malin's forced to help him out. Atoje carries up. Kyle Sinclair is off for an HIA, so Will Stewart is on now. Randall. Is that 2 England players off for HIA without a look at how they got injured? And a penalty advantage right under the sticks for England. Poor play from Ireland as they play Henderson plays the ball on the floor. I said that last night when I was sober, but then the ref is always right. I suppose you're right. They're never wrong, are they? They can't be wrong. They make the decisions. So, England with the penalty then right in front of the sticks. 10 seconds left on the half. And we are going to go for the posts. So just lose. There we go. Just lose audio for a second. Great work. Conway just expecting that was going to slip into his basket, and Knowles all over the top of him and wins that comfortably. And then Henderson just holding on to Randall's hand and ball. And then once we've had this, it'll be the half, won't it? Yeah. Right. Michael. Low lie in the fields of Athenry. Piss off, Michael. And it goes through with a little kiss of the Twickenham posts. It's 9:15 at the half. Unbelievable scenes at Twickenham. It's all going off this evening. Amazing rugby being played today as England just come in for their pre-chat. Ireland going to win anyway, you know. Yeah, nobody's saying they're not going to, mate. England are playing with 15 men. Gary, no, they're playing with 14. Charlie Ewels was sent off in the 82nd second. Yeah, you've already said that, Michael. Wonderful. Right. Okay, we are going to take a little break. I'm going to go and drain the main vein and refill the old copper. We will be back in just a couple of minutes' time, and we will have a little look at some of the action in the first half. We'll see if we can find the red card, and we'll see if we can find the tries. Sorry. So we'll see you in just a moment. All right, we're back. We're back. Welcome back. Let's just have a quick catch up with the chat. You're not counting the ref. Oh, Gary, don't be playing that card, Gary. Gary, you haven't got a dodgy red card in your pocket. If that's the case, Ireland are playing with 16. Right. Okay. Let's get rid of that. Okie dokie. Right then, let's have a little look and see what we've got here. Let's have a look. Here we go. Right then. Okay. There we go. Right then, so let's have a look at some of the tries then. Where have I gone? There I am. Hello. Here I am. Right, let's have a look at this then. So, this is just after the red cards. Ireland doing a great job of punching holes. England just a little bit too far spread here. You know, we've got two defenders defending potentially 1, 2, 3, 4 attackers and lots of extra defenders over here. So a little bit of disorganisation from England, but again, this is just after a red card, so you know, they're just trying to reorganise themselves and get themselves settled again. On the basis of that, then, that it quickly turns from a 4-on-2 to a 2-on-1, and then it's just a straight foot race. And poor Malins over here, he's tracking as hard as he can. Freddie Stewart's given up. Marcus Smith's still tracking as hard as he can, but at this stage, it's all over. James Lowe is in, and it's the first try of the game. Right, let's get another one for you to have a look at. We haven't got the red card, which is a bit annoying, but let's see if we've got anything else. Not yet. Let's see. No, that's the only one we've got. That's weird. That is strange. You would think we'd have a bit more than that. But there we go. It is what it is. Has anyone got the... Just quickly scrolling through Twitter here, just trying to see if we've got the card, and we haven't. That's a shame. Alright, well, there we are at the half then. Karma Peach, welcome in, my Swiss friend. How are you? Look at the Ireland disallowed try. Yeah, but why was it disallowed again? Remind me. Oh, that's right. There was an infringement, wasn't there? There was a knock-on. He knocked it on. He dropped it right in front of himself. Wait. Are you claiming that that wasn't a knock-on? The Ireland disallowed try was for a blatant knock-on 2 phases before that. Have a day off, Gary. He ain't going to give you everything. He's giving you a free red that should have been a yellow. Right. Okay. Yeah, Gibson Park, didn't he? He dropped it right in front of himself. It was blatantly forward. Never mind. Never mind. We're going to try and get to 20 likes before the halftime, before the second half begins. We're 2 away from it. We're on 881 subs as well, and there's 29 votes in the poll. Everything's going absolutely swimmingly today. Thank you so much for all the support and love. We really do appreciate it. It helps us out massively, especially in terms of our visibility around YouTube. So thank you for that. Right. We are just waiting for these nasty ITV adverts. I must admit, I do prefer the BBC content. At least we actually get some rugby content at half time instead of finding out that Ocado are doing broccoli for 46 pence. Oh no. Someone took their like away. Gary, did you not like that? Have you taken your like away? Because I said that he knocked it on. French refs are hopping mad frogs. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. I'm surprised he hasn't surrendered yet. Oh, we went there. We shouldn't go there. We shouldn't go there. Right. Gonna get myself cancelled before I start, man. Right. 19 likes. There we go. We're one away. Can we get there before the half begins? Hopefully so. But we'll see. We'll see. It's no sweat if we don't. Okay. Second half coming up. England have got a mountain to climb. Just 6 points in it. Ah, you see, Gary, I see you. I see you. I see you taking your like away. What was I going to say? Yes, England have got a mountain to climb in the second half. Ireland need to turn it on a little bit. They started so strong in the first 10 minutes and the referee was with them and it was all going their way. It was, great from an Irish perspective. And then they turned off. They got lackadaisical. They got really poor at scrum. So we will see. We will see. There, I just like Karma Peach, you little legend, you getting us to 20 likes. Let's see how we get on for the second half. Should we set a goal for the second half, or should we just enjoy that we've got 20 likes? No, let's be keen. Let's be keen. Let's go for 25 by full time. Let's not push the boat out too far. Just 25 by full time. Let's see if we can manage that. That'd be decent. That'd be really decent. Awesome stuff. So, and then once we get out of adverts, we've got some bloody 50 grand competition. Pack it in. Tell us about some rugby. I want to hear Johnny Wilkinson throw himself under the bus. I certainly don't want to hear what Clive Woodward's got to say, though, that's for sure. And as I say that, here's the voice of Clive Woodward. Right. Okay. England and Ireland coming out onto the field then. Right. Oh, I can't listen to him. I've got to take the headset off a second. I'll put it back on when the comms start. Jesus Christ. I need an English woman. Ooh la la la. Are you smoking Skittles, mate? What am I hearing? What am I reading? So Kyle Sinclair isn't coming back. He's failed his head injury assessment. So Will Stewart will remain out on the field. More woes for England. And England secure the kickoff as inside the 22 and England on the front foot early doors. Slade, Nick Mullins just saying that Slade's just popping up a lot as at first receiver, so hopefully that's going to work out well for England. He did used to play 10 as Courtney Laws, as Henderson holds on for a little extra time and the whistle goes towards the lips of the referee. And loose ball from England and Ireland on top of that as Simmons tries to disrupt and Tyke Furlong gets the steal there as Hornswoggle looks to set the Caterpillar up and clear their lines, but he is very central, so he's not going to get a massive amount of distance, you wouldn't think. And as I say that, he's got himself out to the 10, so a decent nudge from him. So we are 19 subs away from 900. That is insane. We started this a year and 3 weeks ago. And already we are tickling the 1,000 subscriber mark, which they say should take you about 2 years. Smith then from halfway puts this up into the air and there's a good chase on from Freddie Stewart, but Hugh Keenan, up like a salmon, takes that beautifully. And James Lowe finds nobody in his corridor, and in the end he's just... Well, I'm not sure what he did there. He sort of tried to take the tackle on and then run away from the tackle and ends up getting the offload away. And Ireland looking now to put some pressure on England. Low into Marchant. Sexton swings it out to Henderson. And Jamie George is there to get a hold of him. And a penalty coming for Ireland. James Lowe. And it is going to be held on by Simmons. And, well, tackler's got a release there, surely. Does eventually. I think we've somehow... Ireland goes quick from the penalty then, off feet. Holding on, sorry, from England. And it's another soft penalty. As his feet were up in the air. Noel holding on for dear life. Sexton. Keenan out, Conway out in the wing, all on his own. As England call numbers back in field. Sexton takes a massive hit off Jamie George. While the wife wants to go to the pub for a sherry. Let's go, Fleshing. Things you love to see. Get her sherried up. Get her sherried up. See if you can lubricate those lips of hers. And a great D from England as somehow England survive. You would feel there if Ireland scored, that was probably game over. It'd be a massive long way back. And it's just Jamie George fires through ribs, and England looking to be super physical. Right. The loose head on Twitter saying just a couple of times going one past too many. Probably. But at this level, you've got to be able to put those string those passes together. Right. So, just some questions there being asked of both front row. Just saying you're both pre-engaged. Sort it out. And just a whisper to from Jamie George to his props. Make it obvious, he says. And a penalty to England. Again, pre-engaging. And on the overheads, you could see quite clearly there was engagement beforehand. See you later, bud. See you later, Fleshin. Thank you so much for joining us, mate. Thanks for all your support. I really appreciate you. Have a great time at the pub, mate. 27 of you in here. Welcome in, everybody. 21 likes on the stream. We're trying to get to 25 by full time. If you fancy helping us out, smash that like button. It helps us out massively in terms of our visibility. Would really appreciate it as England kick this downfield for the line out. Don't forget, of course, we are live most weekends. I say most weekends because we, every now and again, have a life to lead as England go up in the middle and set the maul. So do feel free to subscribe and join us whenever you like for some ruggers. And if you pop in the chat, !Discord, you'll get the link in the chat flash up for you to join our Discord as well. Come and keep the conversation going as George goes it alone and smuggles it to Dombrandt. Up and over halfway now, England. Smith has a little show and go himself and runs just straight into Henderson, and it's a searching kick for Randall. And, oh, it's going to be a 50-22. That's insane. That is an absolutely insane catch. Come on, Ireland. Well done, Karma Peach. That's a massive bomb. Just inside his own 22. Fires it downfield. Bounces just inside the England 22. And bounces straight into touch. Not straight. But England closed the gap. So it will be a free kick. And massive hit on from Genge, and it's spilt forwards in the tackle. England are pumping. Genge just left an imprint of himself on Josh van der Fleer. Not wrong. You're not wrong. Let's see if we can catch this up a little bit before this scrum. There we go. Just needed to refresh the ITV player a little bit, and we're back to about 10 seconds behind ball tracking, so that's perfect. That's about as best we'll ever get it. Right, so England with the scrum, and ball is in, driving forward, and again it's starting to wheel, but just about holds on, and there it wheels. Again, it's Genge and Jack Knowles driving that wheel. Well, how many times will he let that wheel? Right, okay. So, Genge and Furlong just getting told off for some of the dark arts of scrummaging. Genge is shuffling his feet across a little bit to get a bit of angle on him, and Furlong is binding short, so both are told to drive straight and bind long. So, I mean, you don't make the best prop in the world look silly without a bit of dark arts, do you? But here, much better bind there from Genge and Furlong, and the ball again. As the pressure comes on Ireland, it's another scrum penalty. Jack Knowles. Jack Knowles is the scrummaging king. What are we seeing? On paper, this Irish scrum should be pissing all over England. On paper, this Irish scrum should be pissing all over England. And it is the absolute opposite. The absolute scenes. I mean, it's got nothing to do with Courtney Laws being in behind Genge as well, giving him a shove on. I'm not having that. It's all Jack Knowles. It's all Jack Knowles. Anyway, England penalty is kicked downfield, and it's just inside their own 10. Genge is having some game today. Very impressive. We're getting notice all over the place here. So the maul is on, and it's rolling forward slowly for England as Ireland add more numbers and slow it down as Randall goes blind. Jack Knoll carries up and over halfway. Sheehan wrestling away, but England are able to retain. And I tell you what, this is some big dick energy from England at the minute. Not only are they surviving, they're semi-thriving. As Smith fires this one high. And, oh, that's a huge hit from Freddie Stewart as well. And it's a penalty to England. England are firing. Perfect kick from Marcus Smith. Massive chase. And England win the turnover. just 25 metres out. Could reduce the score to 3 here. And they are going to point at the posts. And this is the difference probably between England and some of the other home nations. Not that the home nations like to be called home nations anymore. I don't know what to call them. The rest of the British Isles. Although Ireland's not British. How do you collectively name them? Right. I can't be asked to say Wales, Scotland, Ireland all the time. Home nations is quicker. This is the difference between England and the rest of the home nations, is that they prefer to take the 3 points. And this isn't a positive or a negative. It's no to big. It's not the British Isles, because Ireland isn't British. Ireland is independent. So, yeah. It doesn't work like that. Right, so, kick is good. 12-15. And England are clinging on. Clinging on. And Ireland making changes. A little bit of panicking for Andy Farrell. A little bit of panic there maybe. But on comes Kilcoyne and... Who's the other one? It was Herring. Wikipedia says it is, mate. Mate, this chat's about to go after you, DeBig. This chat is about to come after you hard. And Jack Knowles retrieves the box kick. Unbelievable scenes. And Andrew Conway has stayed down, but he's run into his own man as Ireland appeal. And Sexton is driven back by a Toje. And Ireland are being asked all sorts of questions by this English physicality, consisting of the islands of Great Britain, Ireland and the Isle of Man, the Inner and Outer Hebrides, the Northern Isles, and over 6,000 smaller islands. Oh, mate, you are Wikipedia treading a line there, because there's not an Irishman alive that will tell you that they're British. Gibson Park fires that downfield, then through the box kick. They were able to retain the ball with Sexton. Still the British Isles, but it's not British. And England are pinged there for holding on. Gary, but Ireland's not British. Ireland's independent, so it's not part of the British Isles. It can't be. Right, so Sexton just trying to take a breather here and slowing the game down a little bit while he points something out to the referee. Conway just struggling with his knee. Heavily strapped on that knee and... oh no, sorry, no, it's his face that's being dealt with. Looks like he's broke his nose. And some of Ireland is British. Yeah, only like a quarter of it. Doesn't make the whole of Ireland British Isles, does it? Right. Line out. There's no other term to collectively describe both Britain and Ireland, the home nations. But there is crossing. And, yeah, there is blocking. And it will be a penalty to England. You're right, there isn't really a collective term. And any collective term would only be accepted by Wales, Ireland and Scotland if England weren't included in it. Thus is the disdain for the English that I've never really got to the bottom of, other than with some William Wallace nonsense. A fair point to big. Specifically England, Scotland, Northern Ireland and Wales. So it excludes the Republic. In which case there isn't. Shay, Ireland is part of the British Isles. Stop talking mince. Well, I'm not talking mince, am I? Is Ireland British? No, it's not. And England have the ball on the 22 after the kick. I looked away. Fleshin, do the English count as British? I'm off to sea. I'm off now. See you. See you later, Fleshin. I won a geography prize in year 8, mate. Oh, I love it. I love it. I don't know is the answer. I'm just querying it. I've always been told it's the home nations. Call it the home nations, and then I get called an arrogant English cunt. So I can't win. If I call Ireland British, I'm an arrogant English prick. If I call Ireland home nations, I'm an arrogant English prick. If I talk in my accent, I'm an arrogant English prick. So I'll take whatever it is. There's no winning in this debate for me. Just take my word. I do, DeBig. I do. In DeBig I trust. Fleshin, I thought you were going to the pub. Right, England with the scrum. On the 22. 58 minutes played. Twickenham acting as the 15th man here, really lifting his team. They have not stopped singing and cheering and making as much noise. It sounds more like the Principality than it does Twickenham. Swinglow has been ringing relentlessly for the last 57 minutes. 58 played. Unbelievable scenes, Jeff. Unbelievable scenes. The big Gaelic friends can come up with their own term for the group of oversized islands floating above France, full of chavs and girls that wear too much makeup and fake tan. Oh. Are you talking about Jersey and that? Jersey and Guernsey and oh my word, the big, you are spilling beans. You are spilling beans. Oh, by the way, welcome in, Shay. I forgot to welcome you in. Right, well, we're getting this scrum reset. And Ellis Genge is just tickling his new bitch by the name of Tag Furlong. Because he has fully owned him today. And the referee blows his whistle and it is a penalty to England. Oh! Furlong pulls it down. Genge is having the game of his life. I'm going to need a sock in a minute. Because I am about to spray my load everywhere. The whole lot. Jersey, Guernsey and the Emerald Isles of England. Hey, oi. We have too many chaps. Yeah, you're right. Damn. Look, we don't have nice weather like you Aussies, so we have to... Our tan comes in a bottle. Look, I look like bloody Casper. I look like Casper's filled me up with his love juice. Right. Rory Best doesn't sound too happy at the minute. Andy Farrell doesn't look too happy, and Eddie has got an awful lot to say down his microphone. So, this is going to be a big 20 minutes. Right. Tea is on. England are pointed at the posts. This is... there's a lot going on here. Right, so we're just waiting for this. And it is going to go over. It's all level. Unbelievable scenes at Twickenham. Absolutely unbelievable scenes at Twickenham. I mean, it's never in doubt. It's straight down the middle. But it's 15-15. 82 seconds played. And England are down to 14 men. And an hour later... England are still in this. They haven't scored a single try. It's all been through the boot of Marcus Smith, which pretty much guarantees him a bloody man of the match again. But Jesus Christ, what heart England are playing with today. And the referee's been shit for both sides. He's been shit for England, giving us a red card that was never really a red card, and he's been shit for Ireland. There's been some weird penalties given away. Mate, I watched a video of some YouTube interviewing young Irish people, and for some reason the Irish girls also love the roast chicken, tan and pancake makeup as well. Oh no. What have we got here? Oh, we got a line out. Sorry, I just missed that box kick. What happened there? Yeah. So, Hugo Keenan bundled into touch. Michael Glover! Hello, Chicken Nugget! Thank you so much for the sub, man. Thank you, I really appreciate that. Welcome in. I haven't even seen you in the chat. Welcome. Thanks for the sub, man. Right then. Ben Youngs fires this up. And Jack Knowles is chasing it down. Conway gets a hold of that. Sexton. They're looking to spin it wide now. For a group of people that supposedly hate the English, they seem keen to take on your fashion sense. They'd argue that we stole theirs. Well, Reno happy to go on. And it's another 50-22. It's another 50-22. Conway, his boots on fire. He's nicked Bigger's boots from last night. That's a great nudge. And a little bit of afters for Smith and Gibson Park. And it's a 50-22, 5 metres out. The fuck am I seeing? That's an unbelievable nudge. You take nothing away from that. And it goes up in the middle and it's spilt, but it's spilt backwards and... Oh, and he's on his feet and it's called tackle, so... It was a maul for me, but never mind, we move. England have to defend hard here. Only just got themselves back to all level. First time since the 3rd minute. Gibson Park to Bundyaki. Ireland just 5 metres out as they try and drive on. Gibson Park looks to go blind, but England recognise, and Herring, is he over the line? He's short. Oh, he must have only been a centimetre short. And then, Freddie Stewart! Freddie Stewart peels away. I think there's an advantage. There's an advantage. Oh. Oh. Oh, there's so much pre-cum in my pants. I nearly full jizzed then. I nearly lost my load. I'm sorry, fellas. Oh. Well, he's saying offside. I'm not. They're not showing us the offside though, so it is coming back for a penalty 5 metres out. Offside. I'll. Oof. And now Matthew Rayner wants to check if it was short. That makes no sense. You're holding the arm of the scrum half, so was it short? Eric, get at the cab. Not sure what that means. Oh, taxi. Are you saying taxi? Yeah, fair enough. I got excited. All right, I'm allowed to get excited. I'm sure you got excited when Ireland scored. No? Or did you sit there very plain face and just go, that is a try for Ireland, with whom I support. Wow. There's a penalty there. Yeah, penalty there. This game is fire. Welcome in, Herman. Yeah, you're not wrong, mate. It's got a bit of everything. Eric, Derek and Clive, mate. I don't know Derek and Clive. Sorry, mate. Who's Derek and Clive? Right, so Sexton has pointed to the sticks and on comes the tee. So Ireland should extend, I say extend their lead. Ireland should retake the lead for 3. Honestly, the pasty complexion isn't that bad. Just accept that God decided to punish you by being born where rain and depression are main season. I mean, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. Really? England is French since 1066. I mean, that's... So's Ireland, then. I mean, I'm not getting into that debate, because... Fuck me. England's French, Roman, Swedish, Norwegian. Fucking hell. Gary, man. Stop smoking Skittles. English is English. We am what we say we am. Which is why I tell my wife regularly that I'm a unicorn, and I enjoy that. Right. 15-18, the kick's good. And Ring Rose then goes up in the air and eventually is brought down by Freddie Stewart. England is the rightful territory of the Republic of America. I really can't be doing that. And Smith takes it in the air. And Henderson, grabs a hold of him and drives him into touch. And we will have a substitution. Here comes Launchbury, Marler. Off comes Genge. And Marler stalking onto the pitch. Fancies a bit of niggle. Read it again, mate. I don't want to get cancelled. England is the rightful territory of the Republic of America. Wait. No. How? Right. Matthew Rayner is... I don't know what he's doing, but he's not happy about something. He's not in touch, and it goes out off of Conway's ankle. So it is going to be an England line out now, not an Irish line out. And now England driving the maul. Few slip legs, and they will have to reset that. And Ben Youngs fires that out, and Smith finds a way through, and it's not a comfortable bounce, but gets it away cleanly, and that goes out into touch on the full, and more woes for Ireland as that goes out on the full just outside of the 22. And England will have the launch pad that they have been looking for throughout this game that they haven't quite been able to obtain. 22 likes on the stream. 25 of you sexy mofos in here. Do be sure to hit that like button. I appreciate all of your support at the moment. It's absolutely amazing. Of course, if you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, please feel free to do that as well. So we are now on the road to 890. No! What? 884. Let's go. Thank you so much, man. Actually, Boris Johnson is part Turkish, so I guess England is the rightful successor to the Ottoman Turkish Empire. You're not wrong. And it's stolen by Ireland, so big steal. And Tyke Byrne with the steal there. And England are told to watch the back foot as Murray puts this up. Launch pad. Yeah, platform. Lots of people use that term in rugby. This is a launch pad to play from. I post too much garbage in chat. I mean, I appreciate it. Murray calls the mark there in the 5 metre channel, about 18 metres off his try line. As he taps that, and Lowe fires that into touch, and England want to go quickly, and Stewart puts that up very high, makes about 25 metres, and it's a great take from Keenan, who bursts through the tackle, and Jamie George just able to hold on to him long enough. Launchbury to score then. I mean, I'll take it. I'll take an own goal at this point. Ty Burn, and it's a great little one for Doris to flick through, and oh, Murray! Connor Murray spills it, and it goes forward, and England just panic and fire that away. And Ireland will put that down Marcus Smith's throat, and now we'll have a bit of kick tennis just to chill out to. It's very high, and Malins is there to get hold of Lowe, and he's able to get the kick off. This is such a great watch. Slade pumps that downfield, but it's down Conway's throat, and he kicks that deep, and Ben Youngs will have to get there and dives on the ball in touch, and England will have the 22 dropout. Oh no, it's the goal line dropout, isn't it? Oh, I tell you what, this game has had absolutely everything. Right, on comes Elliot Daly, I'm guessing for Marchant. Indeed, it is Marchant that comes on. What a game of absolute ruggers. Oh, I've lost one. That's a shame. We were on 884. We're on 883 subs, man. That's insane. Thank you so much for the support. What's in your tea, Gary? Coffee. As Henshaw carries up. And big shot from Laws, but it squirts away. As Murray looks to change direction, and forwards using their hands to good effect. England just trying to stall these breakdowns as Ireland look to apply the pressure. And here goes Lowe into the 22. As he does amazingly well to stay in field and cling on till support arrives. Rob Herring now. Ireland in England's 22 as they push on. Big contact for Van der Fleer and Joe Marler. The rugby scribbler. I fucking love the Six Nations. Hashtag England Ireland. You're not wrong, mate. Low. Again, Malins trying desperately to get out the way, and eventually does, as Ireland again breach that 22 metre line. There's space out there. And there's space for Ringrose, for Conway rather. 3 metres out now. And, well, it's a try for Ireland and for Jack Conan. But I want to have a look. I want to have a look at the clear out on Jack Knoll from... Oh, who gives a shit? It happens all the time, doesn't it? But if you're watching the game, I want to see if he's... I mean, that's a spear. No arms spear to clear out. Yeah, he jumps off his feet. He dives over the top of it, and there's no arms involved in that. But it's a try anyway. It's the way this French referee goes. It's such an absolute balls. But it is what it is. Good try for Ireland. They were applying the pressure. They kept it coming. And Jack Conan with the try. So it looks like it's going to be, can England help Ireland next week? Fuck it, give the French a grand slam. France to get the grand slam. Yeah. Absolutely. I'm all for it, the big. Put the shags out. Mud the Irish. I'm joking. I'd rather win. I'd rather finish second. I don't think we can finish second, can we? I'd rather finish third or fourth. It's fine. Right. Conversion is going to be good. England are 10 behind with 6 to play, sorry. England in the mud, England in the mud. We are 1 like away from our goal of 25. If you haven't yet liked the stream, please feel free to do so as England kick us off and they kick short and Ireland are able to gather that fairly comfortably. You would imagine that's this game done now. 6 minutes to go and Ireland retrieve their own kick. And you have to give credit to Ireland. They started this game in a much better place than England did. They were much faster. They were clinical. The referee was on their side. They got their dodgy red. And that's when England turned it on. And England have been fantastic throughout this game. To play this game with 14 men. Ireland penalty. Not rolling away. Joe Marler. And yeah, Delalio just saying there that tries broken England now, and you can see it as well. They look tired now. It's done and dusted at Twickenham. Gary McAnally, get in. Oh, do you know, this game feels like a Welsh jam slam, doesn't it? Dodgy reds to secure the win. Dodgy red for the win. We'll start calling you Welsh. It does look a bit... Did the Welsh have a green away kit once? I can't remember. I know they had a yellow one. Did they have a green one once? Or did they have a training kit that was green? Murray. Low. Driving on. And it's going to be all over. Well, I don't know who's given that from there, but he has done. It's Porter with the try. Oh, sorry, no, it's not. It's Finlay Beelum. Putting 10 points ahead on a 14-man England isn't much to write home about. No, well, they've just made it 15, the big. They've just made it 15. It's a try for Ireland. I tell you what, the headlines tomorrow won't read Ireland dominate. It will talk about the absolute massive balls of a 14-man England. Because it has taken everything Ireland's got and more and a referee to get Ireland over this line. And Ireland can go on to challenge for the Jam Slam. I can hear Irish piss boiling. Well, slip of the lid to England. The scoreline doesn't reflect the game. Ireland have been clinical. They've done their job. What a difference Ireland look in 12 months. They're starting to turn their corner. And And we look forward to dicking their dog in at the Aviva. Dicking their dog? The fuck was that? Don't say shit like that. We look forward to winning it next year. Fair play, Ireland. The better team on the day. So it's a decent try. It's a decent try. It's a good, strong, hard carry for Beeler. Lol, and another. Oh, you're joking. Freddie Stewart up in the air then for the restart, and well, Simmons hasn't given up yet. 90 seconds on the clock, as is Maritoji charging up, looking to find a way. Can they find a way back into this? Very much doubt it. Gary, I think you're a bit behind because it's an England penalty. It's an England penalty, 38 metres out, mate. Not an Irish try. What are you chatting about? What are you chatting about, Willis? Right. 60 seconds left. I'm gonna pick my dick of the day. But my dick of the day. ITV have given it to Hornswoggle. I'm not giving it to Hornswoggle. I'm giving it to Ellis Genge. That man, he might be on the losing team, but I don't understand why. Sack the coach. Sack. No. What was I going to say? Yeah, I'm giving it to Ellis Genge. That man is been absolutely beastly today. It doesn't matter if you're on the winning team or losing team to be the best player on the pitch. I don't understand why you have to be on the winning team to be the best player on the pitch. But the line-out wasn't straight. George Ford's on. Marcus Smith's off. Sexton's gone off as well. So who's come on? So it's Joey Carberry is on, and Sexton has managed to go off not on a medical cart, which is unusual for him, isn't it? So yeah, I mean, we'll take that. We'll take that. You look at the state of English rugby at the minute, and you look at the context of the game. England take that. England take that. And it's into touch, and that is full time. So there we go. That is that. England have been defeated by Ireland 32-15. Unbelievable game of rugby to watch. So thank you so much for joining me. It hurts. It hurts. I'm going to go and drown my sorrows. I'm going to lick me wounds. Thank you ever so much. We were one like short of the 25 as well. Never mind. We've lost on 2 counts. Never mind. Never mind. But thank you so much. It's been an amazing day of rugby. It's been an amazing day for the channel. Thank you for joining me. We will be back. The big cheers, mate. My condolences. No worries, man. No worries. We win some, we lose some. That's how it goes. But yeah, we'll be back again next year. Back again next year for that. That's a great fixture. And that's going to go down as one of the all-time great games of the Six Nations, I think. In my opinion, anyway. Sorry for calling you Sorry for calling your Anglo-Celtic brothers pasty. Don't worry about it. Just don't call them Protestant, whatever you do. Right. And on that bombshell, all that's left for me to say is face down, ass up. That's the way we like to ruck. We'll see you tomorrow. Don't forget to